Hello, friends, and welcome. This is a brand new show that we're going to give a try here on our Code It Live channel. So today we're going to be changing things up a bit and doing some VR streaming. If you've seen me on the channel before on something like our Eat Sleep Code podcast, you've probably heard me talk about VR quite a bit. It's something that I enjoy messing around with, and I have some background with game development and stuff over the years, and VR is bringing some of those skills back. And I've recently found an application or a platform, rather, that I find very interesting and easy for beginners to get into game design with. So this brand new platform is by Facebook, and this is called Horizon, and it's currently only in a beta invite only type of status. But I was able to get in somehow. I signed up here at the sign up page. You can find this at oculus.com, Facebook Horizon. Just Google search Facebook Horizon. You'll find this page really easy. I signed up. I managed to get in, and I've been playing around with some of the tooling that is built right into the system, which we'll talk about today. So I'm going to get into what the tooling is, what some of the hardware I use is, and we'll stream this here on Twitch, and hopefully you'll get a sense of what VR development is like. This is a little bit of a beginner tool type of a thing, so this isn't going to be reflective of all VR development, but it'll give you some of the basic concepts that are used in game engines and things like that. So I think you'll find it very interesting. So we'll be using Facebook Horizon for this show, and I plan on doing these weekly. Depending on what the audience perception here is, if this is something you're interested in, we'll try to keep doing them. Um, this is the first time I've tried streaming VR on our stream, so there may be some technical hurdles today. One of the things is that right now, without the headset on, I can read chat up on my screen. You can't see chat, but I can see chat from my control panel, and when I put my VR headset on, I won't be able to see that chat anymore. So I've got a plug-in here on my system that is going to do text to speech. So when I'm in VR, I won't be able to read your messages, but I should be able to hear them. If you're, depending on what platform you're watching me from, I'm broadcasting across YouTube, Facebook, etc. Twitch.tv/codeit live is the channel that I'm tuned into to hear chat messages being translated from text to speech. So if you want to ask a question, you need to be on the Twitch TV Code It Live channel for me to hear those when I have my VR headset on. So VR headset. Let's talk about that for just a second. Before I jump into VR, let's talk about some hardware real fast. I'm using the original Oculus Quest. The Oculus 2 is out now. I heard it's got some features that are a little bit better as far as like screen resolution and whatnot compared to the original Quest. I don't think those things will matter much for the stream that you're about to see. I don't believe that that resolution is going to stream any differently. So this should be perfectly great hardware. It's a wonderful device. I love it because I can hook it to my PC and stream games off the PC as well, not only just use things inside of the VR headset. Um, yeah, it's been a good experience all around. I think this is a solid buy if you're looking to get into something like this. So I'll be using Oculus Quest. Oculus Quest, by the way, is also by Facebook. So this is I don't work for Facebook, not affiliated with them in any way. It just so happens that they are one of the leaders in VR tech these days. So they have the headset, and they're building this Horizon platform around the headset. So it's not total coincidence, but I'm also, I work for Progress Software, not for Facebook, just for a little disclaimer there. So I'm going to throw this thing on. I don't know if it's worth me keeping my video up. We'll keep it up there for a little bit so you can see my awkwardness with this on my head. We might turn that video feed off so you get a better sense of a full screen as much as possible. When the stream is sharing, when I'm casting from my headset, you will see some black bars down the side of the screen. There is no way to do full screen from the headset to the stream, at least none that I've found yet. So you'll get a little bit of letterboxing. That's expected. I'll try to zoom in on things if you can't see them. Things like text can be a little hard to read, but I'll try to work with it. Again, it's a first stream, so there will be some hiccups along the way. All right, let's get this thing going. Let's get the stream going from the headset. So I'm going to slip this on real quick, and the rest of the show, this is just going to be me with this headset on. Like I said, we might adjust the cameras and whatnot as we go here. And I just need to get the streaming set up real fast. We should be able to cast this right off to the browser from the headset, and then you can see what I see. So we can see it spinning up here, and then this is a built-in feature within the Quest itself. So if you own a Quest, if you go to oculus.com/casting, you can cast your Quest right to any browser window. And now you should be able to see what's going on in my headset. And just double checking the stream here before I go and slap this on, because I won't be able to see my monitor anymore. And this is the inside of your virtual environment in the Oculus Quest. I'm going to go ahead and find my Horizon app. Again, this is invite only right now. Hopefully they open this up to the public pretty soon. I think right now what the idea is there's no content. There's a little bit of content. I don't want to say no content, but there's not much. Not a whole lot to do as far as a consumer is concerned within Horizon. So there's a lot of cool tools that will make for some interesting streams to show you around the virtual environment. But as far as getting in and playing games, there's just a handful of developers or creators in the world right now. So we're in Horizon now. And I can visit the plaza. I'm not going to visit the plaza because there are other users in that plaza that you're immediately introduced to that are real world people that haven't signed up to be on my stream. And I don't want to just jump in there and start live streaming people that aren't where they're being live streamed. So we won't be going in there, but what we can do, so I'm going to pull up my UI here. This is kind of a wristwatch interface we've got for navigating Horizon. We can go into a safe mode. So if I'm in some place and I want to mute and block people that might be engaged in some conversations or something that I'm not comfortable with, I can do that. I can mute myself, and I can also pull up this menu. Our menu has places that you can visit. So these are creations. Like I said, there's not a whole lot, but there are some interesting things that people have created already. I don't know how long exactly the beta's been running, but I believe it's been going for a good couple months. So there's a few things that we could visit. We can view more of these worlds and filter some of them into different categories. There's like player versus player, puzzles, party games, that sort of thing. So there's escape rooms and sports games and basketball, board games, all sorts of stuff people are starting to create in here. So this is pretty cool. The part that I'm going to be streaming about is the actual creation tools. So we'll be able to get in and create some things, and I'll show you how These objects are interactable, or we can set up interaction with the objects and learn a little bit about scripting and things like that. Let's go ahead and create a world real fast so we can get kind of a general sense of the things that we can build here. There's a lot of templates that are already available for us to get started, which is really nice. There's the complete blank world, but there's also kind of some environmental things that we can start with. There's a grassy meadow, rocky island, some jungles. We can do some like Laura Croft type things here, and so on. There's also some interactive environments as well. So we've got like sports, narrative gameplay, player versus player, and like escape rooms and puzzles and that sort of thing we can start with. So there's places to get started here. I think we should go with something a little more basic. We can just pull up this grassy meadow, and we'll start with something like this. So we just give it a quick name here. So we'll just start this off with stream 1, click create, and Horizon's going to take care of creating this world for us. So while that spins up, I'm going to double check, make sure that my stream is working fine here, and there's no Q&A that I'm missing because I haven't heard anything come through yet. So that could be a good sign. It could also be a bad sign. So we've got folks watching. Again, if you have a question, you need to get that on Code It Live, or I won't hear it. We're doing pretty good here. The level should be ready for us to get into and explore here any second. So this is actually generating a live world for us to go into. It'll have some scenery that's already prepared for us, so we don't have to create completely from scratch. And we'll be able to actually edit that scenery, add scripts and those sort of things as soon as it's up. Usually, I don't recall it taking as long. These type of things happen on live streams, by the way. It's as soon as you start wanting to show somebody something is when it all goes wrong. Let's see if we got still preparing. So we'll give it just another second here. If this doesn't work, we'll go ahead and kick out of this and start it back up. Again, this is a beta, so odd things are expected to be happening in a beta. So we may have an app that crashed here. I mean, why not? This is live. Why wouldn't we have things go wrong? Yeah, the worlds do not take this long to build. So I'm going to quit this and try to get back in, and we'll start this up again from scratch. So bear with the technical difficulties, folks. We'll be in just a moment. And so Tofu Lock, we are looking at Facebook Horizon today. So we're going to be learning about some game design and development in VR with a new platform by Facebook. It's called Facebook Horizon. It just seems to have crashed on me, so we're getting back into it now. And I think generally developers and creative types will find this interesting. If you're into game design or any of those type of things, this is a pretty cool platform. So let's try this again. Instead of creating a world, I'll just try to jump into one that we've already got. Oops, the wrong one here. Let's see if we can jump in. And it says it was created. Let's try to edit it. Let's see if we can get into this, or if maybe it got corrupted. Not quite sure what happened earlier. Yeah, usually you jump straight into these things, so we might try a blank world here in a moment if this one's not going to work out for us. I hope I'm not being impatient with this, but usually it doesn't take this long. Uh, it's kind of the irony of streaming here. Whenever you go to demo something, that's when it wants to do stuff like this. Yeah. It's usually much quicker than that. Let's try this one more time. We'll go to a blank world this time. Yep, do the good old try turning it off and on again. We'll do this one more time. We'll go into a blank world this time and start from there. That should load up much quicker, just to make sure I'm not being impatient with something that's taking a long time to load. And now the app itself is not loading. Wow. Okay. All right. So we're going to have to reboot the quest here. This is not a good example of how this is supposed to go. So the quest has completely locked up. All right. All right. So as somebody who presents a lot, this is the story of my life. Hey, Curious Drive, welcome. So the quest did lock up. So there was something going wrong here. I don't know if it's because I am casting. It's putting a little more. It's putting a little more strain on the hardware or what, but it did in fact lock up. It stopped working. So we'll give it a quick reboot. Hopefully that'll bring things back to normal, and then we can jump into Horizon and play around a little bit. So I've done, just give you a little brief history, I've done level design, not professionally, but as a hobby for Doom, Doom 2, Duke Nukem, Counter-Strike, Half-Life, Day Defeat, and probably dabbled with some other things here and there. Some of those have been, just hobby projects that have been tossed up on the good old internets. Some of them were put in game PC Gamer magazine and distributed through PC Gamer magazine before. So I've had some success at this level design stuff. This isn't exactly my first rodeo in all of this, but this is the first time trying to live stream any of it, and as expected, it was giving me problems. So let's try this one more time, and we will fire this up and cast it to the screen. Once we get this casting, it should be just fine. The Oculus Quest is pretty efficient. It doesn't normally take long to load anything on here, so I knew something was up when we first started this up, and it kind of hung. So let's see if we can switch over to the stream now. And we should be up and streaming on the headset, where you can all see what I see. And of course, the stream stopped working. It says it's streaming, so there was an error and your live stream has stopped. You're not kidding, Quest. I tried this twice yesterday to,
Are you sure you want to close this and open Live Planet VR?
no.
Cancelled.
There we go. Now it's streaming again. There we are. All right, let's give this a shot again. Let's see if we can get into a world and use some of the tools now. Okay, so we should be able to hit create here. I'm not going to try this stream one tutorial because it seemed to have crashed earlier. We'll create a brand new world and we'll go with the blank. We'll go with the blank world. And we'll call it test with 2 S's because spelling is hard in VR. All right, there we go. So let's let this spin up a brand new world here again. Usually these do not take very long, so hopefully a blank world does better than the one that we just tried a minute ago. So I was able to do this twice yesterday with, well, it wasn't live streaming, but I was sharing on Teams and on some other streaming apps for a private chat. Oh boy, we have a raid too. All right, so let me check this while the level loads. I don't know if maybe Horizon is down. We have a raid. I don't know what from. It is not showing me on my dashboard where the raid came from. Raiders, please let me know where you're coming from. You are witnessing a train wreck in progress right this second. Oh, Jeff Blankenbird's rating. So I'm trying to stream Facebook Horizon. I think Facebook Horizon may be down. So here's what I'm going to try next. This so far hasn't worked out for me. Oh boy. I'm going to stop the cast for a second. Not the live stream, but the cast from my VR headset. And I'm going to try this off casting. I think Facebook Horizon may actually be down, or there's something with the cast feature that's interfering with the application working properly. Also, let me try to take this off a battery. Maybe there's something to do with the headset being plugged in that's not helping as well. Just doing a quick troubleshoot. I expected some hiccups on a first stream like this with new equipment and setup, but this is beyond what I expected to happen. So we're about 30 minutes in now, and I still haven't gotten this to load properly. So it's either Facebook Horizons is down, or just the demo gods are against me today. So let me see if I can get anything to load in here. And as soon as it does, then I will start the cast from my device to the screen back up, just to weed out any problems. And it looks to me that Facebook Horizon is actually down right now. So the very thing I'm trying to cast and stream about is offline, it looks like. And again, it's a closed beta, so there's not a whole lot of ways for me to verify this. I can't go just ping people that I know and ask them to try it. because there's not that many people using it. So I'll try this one more time. If it doesn't work out, we'll just reschedule the cast for next week, or the stream for next week. And hopefully Horizon won't be offline. I can get into the application, but I can't load any assets. So I'm thinking they may have a server offline or something. So Horizon processes pretty much everything server side. There's not a whole lot of anything being done on the client. And because of that, all of the environments, the dev tools, all of those things are up in the cloud, and the cloud seems to be not connected. So we'll try this one last time. I'm going to reboot the headset one more time. I'm pretty sure that Facebook has taken Horizon offline for some reason. I don't know if it's maintenance or if there's some other issue or what's happened, but I cannot get into the application at all. So we'll do a good old-fashioned hard reset, and if it doesn't come up this time, we'll go ahead and call it quits, and we'll raid someone else. I don't know if there is any way for me to get a message to the Horizon folks and ask them a question. Or if they have a status page for their server or anything like that. So I'll check on that while my device reboots. And hopefully it works the third time is a charm. See what we end up with here. So I did a complete reboot yet again. I've used this app for about a week now, and this is the first time I've experienced anything like this. So this is not the typical behavior. And like I said, when you try to do a live stream, that's when things break. So it looks like streaming this wasn't in the cards for me today. And knowing how these things happen, as soon as I stop streaming and try this, it will work fine. So bear with me for just one more minute while I try this again. Lots of people are losing the stream. Okay, it could be a connectivity issue on my end then. So I have, let's see, I'm not getting anything now. So there could be an issue with the internet in the house here then, if this is, if the stream is dropping out for everyone. Yeah, that's what I'm trying right now. All right. Yeah, So the application is not working for me. So I'm going to go ahead and try a raid here. We'll try to pick this up another time. I don't know what technical hurdle I'm hitting here. I don't know if it's my home internet connection is not holding up or if it is the Facebook servers that are not holding up. There's very minimal network traffic going on between my headset and the PC. Oh, I got you. I got you. Yeah, this Horizon seems to be hung up today. So we'll try this again next week, and hopefully Horizons gets yeah, it's just not I don't know if it's not stable right now or if this is some other technical issues. So I'm going to check in off stream and see if I can get in touch with some of the Facebook folks and figure out why it did this. And we'll try this again next time. Until then, let's see if I can get a raid of the few folks that's still here, and we'll go visit another channel. I expect demos to not work from time to time, but this is really disappointing to have the entire platform not load and it be completely out of my control. All of the things that I'm working with run on the cloud, on Facebook's Horizon platform. So there's no tools on my PC. There's no tools on the Oculus device, really. So what is really the upside to this tool is that you don't have to install anything to get in and have it run. But the downside is if it's offline, then it's offline and you can't really do anything about it. So I'm pretty stuck with troubleshooting. There's really nothing I can do to make this thing work. I can't like reboot my PC, for example. So the best I can do now is just call it quits for today and try again next week. So let's go ahead and see if we can raid with the Code It Live folks. Lana Lux does game development, the real-time, big-time stuff. She's working in Unity right now, which is a game engine that you write C# code to create games in. So we'll go ahead and raid her, because it looks like she's having a successful stream, and we'll try this again next week. Sorry about the technical difficulties, and we'll see if we can iron this out and try again. Thanks.